to Chancellor's reports. Chancellor?
Thank you very much, President Delphine Polk. And thank you for allowing me the opportunity to have the presidents give you a brief update. And so we will go in alphabetical order, starting with Berkeley City College, followed by College of Alameda, Laney College, and then last but not least, Merritt College. So I will turn it over to BCC.
Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, President Delphine Polk, Board of Trustees, and my fellow colleagues here. I'm here to report out on behalf of Dr. Angelica Garcia for Berkeley City College. Some of this information is already in your board packet, but I just wanted to highlight a few items to share. Similar to my college counterparts, Berkeley City College held its first in-person graduation or commencement ceremony since 2019 on Wednesday, May 24th at UC Berkeley Zellerbach Hall. This year, BCC conferred 962 degrees and certificates to 551 graduates. Of those graduates, 130 were on hand and to walk the stage and receive their diplomas from Dr. Garcia in front of over 1,000 family members and friends. What was noteworthy, though, was the keynote speaker. I'd like to briefly share their story. This year's keynote speaker was esteemed Brumfield, the research director for the Mass Incarceration Lab at Brown University and a Berkeley City College alum. Mr. Brumfield shared the story of his upbringing outside of the traditional social norms, living in a school bus in cities throughout California that left him truant and illiterate for the first 23 years of his life. After enrolling at BCC, Esteem spent the next 8 years working towards his educational goals, serving as lead student ambassador, VP of administration for the ASBCC, and Peralta student trustee. He earned an Associate of Arts degree in English from Berkeley City College, and then transferred on to UC Berkeley, and then received a Master's of Public Health from Brown University. When Mr. Brumfield finished his keynote address, there wasn't a dry eye in Zellerbach Hall. These are stories that we commend and that we celebrate. The second point I'd like to make is regarding BCC's participatory governance retreat. Since the last board meeting, BCC's participatory governance retreat was held on campus on May 30th, 2023, with co- and tri-chairs of the governance and standing committees. The focus of this retreat was to operationalize the BCC EMP shared vision and to see how this can be applied to the governance committee's goals and charges for 23-24 academic year. In addition, we discussed and identified strategies for planning for the BCC strategic planning development process for fall 2023. The retreat continued the momentum from the EMP development to strategic planning. We also had the opportunity to address some of the recommendations from ACC-JC. And then lastly, on Friday, June 9th, over 18 staff and faculty members attended and completed the BCC mental health first aid training on our campus. Ones were provided with critical training to help meet the needs of our community and our students. This concludes our report.
Good evening, President Delphine Polk, trustees, Chancellor, Deputy Chancellors, and colleagues and members of community. I'll focus on the celebration, graduation, just provide a couple of statistics. We did not have one graduation at COA, we had two because we also celebrated ASTE graduation. And we were thinking how probably next year to combine both graduations, ASTE and College of Alameda. The statistics are impressive. It reminds us of the broad mission and the diversity of our students. COA had conferred over 500 degrees and certificates. COA, the youngest students that we served that graduated was 16 years old, 16, and the oldest was 75 years old. Approximately 80% of 80 students or 29% of the graduating class were AUSD students. Several of those were ASTE students. So the students got to walk twice, and they graduated from college before they graduated from their high school. And the 15% of our graduates come from OUSD. The impressive statistics was that 54% of all graduates are first generation to college students. And that was really impressive. It was really nice to see how proud their family and parents were during the ceremony and after taking pictures and enjoying this great event. ASTE celebration was wonderful as well. It was the first one back on at College of Alameda at the gym. What was impressive there that you have members of two boards, you had a chancellor present, you had a superintendent present, you have administrations from two different schools, and faculty, and one of our faculty was a keynote speaker. That was psychology professor Elham Chishti, and she was selected by students of ASTE who has taken psychology class, a college class. So many other events going on currently. COAA under the IEPI is engaged in a series of training and improving budget competency for all the managers. We had two training back to back, and we'll continuing from budget competency to HR practices to FTF, FTS allocation and all that. So we are ready for the new fiscal year so we can plan and budget accordingly from the get-go. This will conclude my report for today because probably the President, Delphine Polk, probably would like to cover the major event that we have, the participation in NCORE conference. And it was indeed fascinating to participate in hundreds and hundreds of sessions and have students present as well. This concludes my report, and thank you.
Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, President Delphine Polk, members of the governing board, respected colleagues, valued students, and community members. In the board report you received this evening, there are some highlights that include some great photos and recaps of our graduations that we had as well. And in addition to congratulating our graduates, I also would like to thank the many individuals at Laney who contributed to just putting on an incredible commencement ceremony under the leadership of Director Atiya Rashada. It was really a great event because we not only celebrated our graduates, but we also emphasized our Gateway to College students who through their work at Laney College earned their high school diplomas as well. And it was just a neat day. In addition to that, in the board report, we also highlight the work of our classified professionals who have engaged in the Caring Campus statewide project. And then also, not only a link, but I provided you a QR code to my podcast, as we had a couple of broadcasts that highlighted student support initiatives that we have at Laney. So hope you enjoy those. As far as my spoken remarks this evening, I'm going to go a couple of different directions. This morning, actually, I received a letter from the national chapter of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. And their director bestowed really a duty upon me that I was glad to fulfill. It was a letter of recognition for Brandy Howard, who has served as the PTK advisor for the past 10 years. And the National Society sent me her 10-year pin and asked me to award it to her. This is a great program that honors students and provides them with a lot of opportunities for scholarships as they transfer. And we are certainly grateful to Brandy for her service to Laney College. In addition to that, looking forward to the fall, we have what I think is going to be a very unique and innovative Flex Day that's coming, as we're going to be focusing on a lot of innovation at Laney, especially through our new curriculum in artificial intelligence. As part of our keynote, we're actually going to have experts in education and in artificial intelligence who will be discussing positive ways to implement and use artificial intelligence in the classroom. As part of this, they'll be providing ideas on how to use it and what works for different disciplines and departments. In addition to our keynotes we'll be bringing in, there will also be Laney College representatives talking about what we will be teaching its students at Laney College in these brand new courses. In addition, there will be a faculty fireside discussion led by Professor Merrill Siegel, and just a number of great activities. And it's really neat to see innovation in action, and we're looking forward to seeing that this coming fall. And with that, I'll conclude my report.
Chancellor, President Delphine Polk, trustees, colleagues, and community, good evening. I feel like I need to tout Merritt's graduation, because we're saying all these good things about graduation. But I just want to start by thanking those who made it possible. I mean, our graduation was at the Paramount. It was a production, and that doesn't happen without the efforts and dedication of those behind the scenes, primarily classified staff, but also the leadership of our Director of Student Activities and Campus Life, Doris Hankins. I want to give a shout out to her. Packed house. We had Mayor Sheng Tao give our keynote. I'd like to thank the trustees that came out and shared the stage with us, as well as some of the administrators at the district. I'll hop to enrollment for the summer. Just pleased to report that with the week before the summer schedule begins, still a week out, Merritt has reached 107% of its enrollment goal for the summer. So things are looking up in terms of people coming back. So we look forward to that number growing even more. And it's a good momentum headed into the summer. And speaking of the summer, I'm just gonna keep my remarks very brief. Trustee Hogan already hit on the fact that this Friday we're having the Juneteenth celebration. I don't know if she gave the time. It's 1 to 4 in the Newton Seal Student Lounge. And it's open to the entire community. So it's gonna be good food, good fun, music, entertainment, as well as us being mindful of what the day represents. But I also want to encourage all the faculty, staff, and administration to attend an upcoming Oakland Soul soccer event. Merritt College has been the home to a few Oakland Soul soccer matches, and it's been really, really tremendous, particularly on July 3rd at 2 p.m. The Oakland Soul are facing the San Francisco Glens, and to show our appreciation to the Peralta, to Merritt, to Peralta in general, but Merritt in particular, the first 20 people who would like to go to that game, that's on your guy right here, paying for those tickets. So we really do want to see you out to support the community, support the team, and rediscover why Merritt is special. So with that, I'll conclude my remarks.
Thank you, Presidents. We appreciate your updates and also your brevity. I'd like to turn it back over to President Delphine Polk, unless there are any questions that any of the board members have of me or the presidents, the college presidents. All right. Thank you, President Delphine Polk.
Thank you, Chancellor. We will now move to our presentation.